Welcome back to the O Hockey Show. Now today we are here to talk about the opening night of the NHL, which I know Predators and the Sharks, whatever. But true opening night of the NHL happened last night on the 11th, and I'm here to talk about what happened, just give a little bit of a rundown over the game. So, I didn't get to watch Tampa Bay, but I did get to see the Golden Knights versus LA. But let's start off with the game that started everything, which was Tampa versus New York. Now, yesterday I said, does Tampa Bay, the questions for me was Tampa Bay, do they still have it? Are they still that champion contending team that they've been the last few years? Because for me personally, looking at this lineup, especially with Cirelli out right now, this is probably the weakest Tampa team that I've seen, at least in the last few years. So tonight, they weren't screwed. They weren't definitely not out of this game. New York wasn't stomping on them. But I will say, New York definitely had the upper hand the entire game. So, let's start out with the first goal of the game, which is, of course, Mika Zibanejad with that amazing, if you haven't seen it already on all over Instagram or YouTube or whatever you see it on. If you haven't seen it somehow, then I don't even know. So, Mika Zibanejad goes in with a beautiful backhand. I was stunned by it because, for me, I watch as a hockey player, right? I watch from, it's crazy. If you play hockey out there, you know what I'm talking about. When you watch hockey with people that don't watch hockey, it's really funny because when you're looking, you see things that other people don't see. And the way Zibanejad, he somehow, without really even moving, he faked me out into thinking he was going to, either go around the net or peel off or, kind of slow down or something. I don't even know how he did it, but he, does this slight movement with, the shoulders, and it perfectly throws off Vasilevsky for him to move in for that backhand goal because it freezes him. It was a crazy move. I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It's that slight movement, and it throws off Vasilevsky and me, and he gets the first goal of the Ranger season. So congrats to Zibanejad. But that won't be the only time he strikes tonight. But then we move on to the only goal for Tampa Bay. On the power play in the second period, I think, Steven Stamkos Tampa already had a great chance earlier in this power play, but then right off the bat, Kucherov sends it across, and then Stamkos one-times it straight packed Shesterkin. So, this is what you get when you have Stamkos on your team. Sometimes you just get what you get. If you can't, right off the face-off, Kucherov, he's going to make a perfect pass to him, and then Stamkos is going to have a laser of a shot. And the only way you can stop that is if Shesterkin can read where that's going to be going. So, great, that beautiful goal by Stamkos. So he's going to be the only one for Tampa tonight. We move on, and Barclay Goodrow is going to score the next goal of this game. So, it's just a beautiful tip-in, just shot from the blue line, and he just tips it in. It's just a standard hockey goal, right? Nothing that amazing. We move on, and I got to mention, before I get to the last goal, is that the New York Rangers, they kept doing this play where but they were definitely going for that cross ice, right in front of the net, trying to send from this side to that side or this side to that side. Cross ice, side to side, backdoor goal. They tried it a bunch of times tonight, but Vasilevsky, being a 6'5" giant and also being the best goalie in the world, with maybe second best across from him on this ice tonight, you're not going to get it past him. All he has to do is put his foot out, and he's going to stop you. He doesn't even have to move. Another goaltender like Cam Talbot or something, or I don't know, a smaller goalie, sure, they might need to make that bigger movement. But Vasilevsky, his legs are probably the size of the entire net, so all he has to do is put his foot out, and he's going to stop you. There's no reflexes there. So they kept trying that tonight, and they were really successful at it. So especially at the beginning of the season, where goals are more prevalent as time goes on, I expect a lot of goals from New York like that. Because if they were getting those done on Tampa Bay, I can't wait to see how many goals they score against other teams with that exact move. Because if they were doing that good against Tampa, then I can only imagine what they're going to be able to do against other teams. But then we move on to the last goal, and Mika Zibanejad with the goal on this one. I got to be honest with you. I have no idea how this one was scored. I have no idea. How was it? He just shot it or something? Oh, it was the one-timer, right? Yeah. It was a cross-ice one-timer into the back of the net. Yeah. I know what it was now. Was that one was on a power play that time, right? Yeah, that one was on the power play. But For something I wanted to mention was tonight, Tampa Bay, they were 1 for 6 on the power play. And for being one of the best power plays in the league, and I know it's the beginning of the season, and this is against a really good team, but they're 1 for 6 on the power play tonight. However, they continue that Tampa Bay has 22 blocked shots. So they blocked half the amount of shots Rangers shot against them tonight. So a great play there by Tampa Bay. And the Rangers were 1 for 4 on the power play. So neither team really, I guess 25% on the power play for the Rangers isn't that bad, but 1 for 6, what's that, like, okay, 5 would be 20%, 6 would be, like, what, 15%? So, yeah, it is 15, it's 50, whatever it is, so, no, it's like 12%, 12, 13, it's between 10 and whatever, so, not very good either way for power play wise tonight. But then we move on to the game that I actually got to see in New York. I should mention New York wins 3-1. They missed an empty net, and they currently have a winning record of 1-0, and Tampa Bay 1-0. So, of course, I didn't have to tell you that. But then we have LA and the Golden Knights. So, this game going into it, my question was last year a fluke for these two teams? One of them proved yes, one of them proved no. And that was that LA is definitely a playoff contender. Now, I know it's only one game, but listen, the thing about the Kings and the way they played last night is that this is a team that doesn't have the skill, but they have the absolute fighting spirit that a team needs to have to win games. And the thing about it, watching this team is like, kind of reminds me of the Islanders somewhat. Because the Islanders are one of those teams that they have to fight to win. The Golden Knights, they can skate in a circle, right? Pass it back to Pietrangelo. He skates in. Shot goes wide. Cycle the puck back around. Pass it across. Shot misses, right? That's not the Kings' play. The King are grinded in, get pucks to the net, grind, right? And that's what they did amazingly tonight against the Vegas Golden Knights. So it starts out with Gabe Vilardi with an amazing goal. So the puck's in he had a great play earlier in it, but then the puck goes cycling around the net. Byfield goes in, passes it back. Vilardi looks, and then rips it straight past Thompson. Now, Thompson tonight, I gotta say, Logan Thompson was good. Now, I was kind of expecting he was kind of more like what I said I thought yesterday, is that I would say he's kind of like a B goaltender, right? Maybe like a B+. Like, he's not stealing any games, and he, like, makes a couple good saves, but every goalie makes a couple good saves. I would say he was kind of like a B+ goaltender, right? He wasn't really stealing them anything. He wasn't robbing the Kings. I would say he was just pretty standard, like, if the Golden Knights are the team in front of you, you just got to have a decent goaltender in net, and I think Thompson's a good goalie for them. I think he will have a couple robs this season, but I don't really think he was good. He was decent enough, and that's kind of what the Golden Knights need. They don't need an amazing goaltender. They just need a guy that's going to keep them in the game and not just let everything past them. So Thompson looked good tonight, but Vilardi gets the first goal of the game, and then Marchessault later on, he scores because it was the second period. The Kings, being a younger team, a lot of younger guys there. They go for a line change, and Marchessault on the power play, I think it was 2, right? Or was it not? I think it was on the power play. The Kings are changing, and it goes down to a 3-on-1 the other way, and Carlson over Marchessault just bats it in. Backdoor, one-timer, whatever you want to call it. The simplest NHL goal in the world, and gets past Jonathan Quick, who in the first period and this entire game, Jonathan Quick has shown that age is not a relevancy to him. Jonathan Quick, to me, is the most skilled goaltender of all time. Okay, maybe not even most skilled. Like you could say, like, Patrick Kane's not the best player of all time, but you could say he's the best stick handler of all time, right? For me, Jonathan Quick, his reflexes and his just ability, his skill is the best ever. I don't think he's the best overall goaltender of all time, but Jonathan Quick, if it was for me to, like, put together a team for, like, for best player's sake, I don't know. To me, Jonathan Quick is a contender to be like one of the best of all. Like he just is unstoppable sometimes, and it's incredible to watch. Jonathan Quick, I don't even know how to describe it. He might be the most underrated goaltender in the world. He is so amazing. If I was another team going on a playoff run and maybe towards the end of the season the Kings are kind of out of it, I would totally be like, I got to go for Quick, bring him in. We need a goaltender, bring him in. To me, Toronto, if they wanted a goaltender, they should go after like Jonathan Quick. I know he has like I think he gets paid a lot, but I would go for Jonathan Quick. I mean, he's so amazing. And imagine him on a team that can actually like truly win games. And I know I just said the Kings are good, but like if a team really wanted a strong goaltender in the net, I would say go for Quick. I mean, this guy Quick is just unbelievable. But enough about him. Marchessault taps it in, so they get the lead now. But then another goal, Jack Eichel just simply bangs it home past like a lot of just crowding in front of the net, and Eichel's finally the one that finds the puck and just rips it past Jonathan Quick. Now, Jack Eichel this game showed exactly why this team wanted him. He had like maybe 7 shots, 6, 7, maybe more shots tonight. He was on the ball. Jack Eichel was definitely a note to make of this game. That's it. Just Jack Eichel was amazing. Perfect move by Vegas. This is what they needed, was that just superstar player on that lineup, and they have him now. So, great move by Vegas. He fit perfectly. He was on the ball tonight. If he can keep this up, I don't even know how many points he can get this year. So he gets a goal tonight. So good for him to get that one. But then Adrian Kempe. Now this was just an all-around great play by a superstar player. Kempe's not the reason this one scored. The puck is passed all the way across. Kopitar gets it. Thompson, who by the way I noticed is left-handed, just an interesting thing. He goes all the way across. And now watching this with my mom, she's like, that was all the goalie's fault. No, it wasn't. If Thompson doesn't go all the way across, and they're on ice, so it's slippery, right? He can't just stop himself. He has to go all the way across the ice, sliding to make that stop. Because Kopitar gets it, is holding, waiting to rip it. But Thompson is there all the way across with a defender in front of him. And Kopitar, being the veteran he is, knows hold. Goaltender's way out of the net now. Go behind the net and send it to the middle. Thompson's nowhere to be found, and they just tap it in. Great play by Anze Kopitar there. And, great goal for Adrian Kempe. So, good one by them. Kings tie the game up 2-2. But then, William Karlsson goes down the ice. I mean, never mind. What am I talking about? The puck is in the corner, sends it up to Pietrangelo, and Pietrangelo gets it. He just shoots it. And he shoots it right to William Karlsson's stick, who's ready there to tip it. There's, like, no one really on him, and it's just a perfect, like, this is what happens when you have a more skilled team against another team. And no matter how much the Kings want to fight, they have to have guys on man, and Karlsson is just standing there. Pietrangelo just rips it right off of Karlsson's stick. It was a perfect perfect shot pass right off Karlsson's stick past Quick. Nothing they can do about it. They can't. There was something to do about it. They had to block Karlsson, and they didn't. So Karlsson gets that one in, and then we move on to Arthur Kaliev. Kaliev's go. This was a beautiful one, not by Kaliev, but just the teamwork here. And this is what happens. This is why you bring in guys like Trevor Moore. So the puck. So Deneau is on the boards. He's coming down the left side. He just shoots it towards the net. There's a big pile up in front. There's like 3 Kings. I don't really know who the other one was. But then they're all fighting for it. And then Trevor Moore. So they fight. So Deneau sends it to the net. Rebound there. They're fighting for it. Moore gets the puck, but instead of just shooting it again into the pads of Thompson, he goes behind the legs. He passes it behind the legs for Kaliev to just rip it past Thompson. What a beautiful play there by Trevor Moore. And I got to mention him. He was amazing tonight. The Kings players tonight, the guys that they brought in, Fiala was not that noticeable, I'll be honest. He was kind of invisible out there. He had one good chance early, but that was it. I didn't even notice him the rest of the game. Also, Quentin Byfield. I know he had an assist tonight. That was because just Velarde's just incredible. Byfield and Fiala, I would say, were pretty invisible. But Kaliev, Trevor Moore, Velarde, I mean, these guys were all over the ice tonight. I mean, good job by them. And Trevor Moore, he just passes it. Kaliev just rips it past him. Amazing play there by the Kings and Trevor Moore. So congrats there. And I got to mention for the Golden Knights, before I get to their last goals, Chandler Stevenson was on the ball tonight. Phil Kessel was great. So Phil Kessel was a great move. The Golden Knights players, I don't really know if anyone was invisible. I got to say, Mark Stone, I don't think he was invisible, but I do think he was kind of not mentionable, really. I mean, I know he has the game winner here, but I would say other than that, he didn't really do anything. Marchessault was kind of great. Riley Smith was kind of invisible. Carlson, wasn't invisible, but he could have done more. But then we move on to the final goal. Now, the Kings finally tie up the game, right? So, Deneau, I think it was Deneau, was behind the net. It was Deneau. Someone was behind the net with the puck. The Kings stood there forever. It was like 20, 30 seconds. They were just standing behind the net waiting. Golden Knights players weren't doing anything. It's past 1 minute. It was like 1 minute and at like 42 seconds. Not 1 minute 42. At 42 seconds, they finally are like, okay, let's do something. So he moves out. And he sends the puck all the way down the ice towards a Kings player who's past the red line. It gets it to him, but then the Golden Knights hit it off. They go down the ice, 3-on-3. Really not anyone out of position, nothing. Everyone's kind of covered. Just a pass back to Stone, and Stone just has the perfect shot. Like, if it was an inch in any direction, it would not have gone in. But he has the perfect shot. And he just, at 24 seconds, it was like, just sends it past Jonathan Quick. You can't I mean, why didn't the Kings just wait the timeout? Or anything? They finally tie up the game. They should have just let it go to overtime. Or anything other than what they did here. I don't know what the point of the up-the-ice pass was. It was so infuriating. So this is the second year in a row, because I watched the Golden Knights Seattle game last season too, when the game opener. And once again, the Kings win a game in kind of, I don't want to say controversial. This wasn't controversial, but just kind of like, fashion. So the game was what it was. Oh well, it ends the way it is, and there it is, Mark Stone with the winner. So that's all I have to say. I mean, I know this is kind of a long video. I'll just cut these down later. But that's all I have to say about the opening matchups for the NHL season this year. I'm going to do my preview of all the games coming up here in a second. So I guess thank you for watching this, and until next time, please pick up your free subscription by hitting that red subscribe button. If you like this video, leave a like, not a dislike, but go down below to the comment section. Tell me how stupid I am. Tell me how stupid am I for thinking what I think in my stupid hair, my bracelets. Tell me how stupid I am down below, or not. Tell me something nice, I guess. So tell me all that down below, and until next time, I have been your host, Owen Too Sweet. I hope you're having an amazing day today. If not, I hope it gets better for you. Just put a smile on your face. It makes everything better. So thank you for watching this Too Sweet, and ta-ta for now.